invite ma'am to deliver the session on the Google Sheets.
Thank you so much, Ujjwal. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am, you are completely audible.
Okay, perfect. So good morning to all the participants present over here. So today we'll be starting with the session on Google Sheet. And since in the last day or in the day first of FDP, we covered the Google Drive and second session is on Google Doc. Fine. So there is one commonality between the three topics. One is Google Drive, another one is Google Doc, and today's session is on Google Sheet. So the commonality between these three sessions are all the products are offered by Google. So it is mandatory to have a Gmail ID to utilize the benefit of Google Doc or Google Sheet. So first of all, you should log into the Gmail ID first, and I'll start screen sharing. Yes, Ujjwal, my screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am, your screen is perfectly visible.
Okay. So first of all, log into the Gmail ID, then only we can get this benefit of Google Sheet. So first log into your Gmail ID, then we have 2-3 process through which we can get the Google Sheet. First, click on this Google Apps option. In Google Apps option, you will see that in the second row, you have this Sheets option with green icon. So we can click on this and go to the Google Sheet. This is the first step. Or we can get the Google Sheet by going directly to the Drive. So click on Drive. And in Drive, click on this new option with plus sign. So by clicking on this new option, you will find Google Sheet. So in Google Sheet, if you see, you have two options. One is blank spreadsheet, another one is from a template. So we'll see both a blank spreadsheet as well as the template available in the Google Sheet. So blank sheet will look like this only. Just put this far. Okay. Yes. So a blank Google Sheet will look like this only. If you click on blank sheet, a blank spreadsheet will appear on the screen. Fine. And we'll see the template as well. So go back to this plus sign, click on Google Sheet, click from a template. So the available templates are on various themes like attendance, gradebook, assignment tracker, some personal tasks like to-do list, annual budget, monthly budget, Google Finance, investment tracker. So based on your need, you can opt the template from the Google Sheet as well. Fine. And if you want to work on a blank sheet, then this blank sheet will look like this. Fine. So, and we'll be working on this canvas and we'll be seeing the various features available in the blank spreadsheets. Fine. So I hope and the session flow in such a manner, you have to do the hands-on along with me. I'll be sharing one sheet with you through the link in the chat box, and you will do the session or you will do the hands-on along with me. First, we'll start for few things related to the basics of Google Sheet. Fine. So the blank Google Sheet will appear like this way. And the default name of the sheet is Untitled Spreadsheet. Let's suppose I want to rename it. I want to rename it as Day 2, Session 3rd. Fine. So one way is to double click on this name and rename it. Another method of renaming the sheet is go to File option and click on Rename. Fine. So if I click on Rename, I can rename it. Let's suppose I want to add Session 3 on Google Sheets. Fine. So we have two options. I am again repeating. First, you can double click on this and change the name of the sheet. Other option is you can straightforward go to File and rename it. Fine. So by these two methods, we can rename the sheet as per our requirement. Another option is in this, the Google spreadsheet will look like Google Sheet. Bilkul Google Sheet jaisi hi dikhegi, but in this we have some positioning difference. Like if you see in Google Sheet, we have file, edit, view, insert, format data. And if you see the MS Excel, let me show the MS Excel as well. So MS Excel will look like this. So we have home, insert, and various toolbar in that. Fine. So there is only little bit difference with this menu bar and toolbar. Rest the functionality of Google Sheet and MS Excel is more or less same. But then why there is a need for Google Sheet? If MS Excel is serving the purpose, then there is no need for Google Sheet. So there are some features which only performed by Google Sheet. So anybody can tell me the difference between Google Sheet or MS Excel? Anybody from the participant? What is the difference between Google Sheet or MS Excel? Any specific function performed by Google Sheet only, not by the MS Excel? Anybody? Nobody? Okay. So the difference between Google Sheet and MS Excel is that Google Sheet is, the function of Google Sheet is available in the online mode. Fine. And MS Excel is the package that you got with MS Office. So this can run in the offline mode as well. It is not required to have internet connection to work on MS Excel. Whereas for the Google Sheet, you need internet connection. Fine. Second important difference is in MS Excel, you cannot collaborate with other person. Whereas in Google Sheet, you can collaborate with other person. Now, what is this collaboration? In Google Sheet, more than one person can work on the same sheet. We can share the sheet with n number of person, and at the same point of time, so many people can add information in this particular Google Sheet. Whereas in MS Excel, what we'll do, I'll add my data, then I'll mail to second person. Second person will add his or her data, then mail to third person. As a result, so the data collection process takes time. Whereas in Google Sheet, at a same point of time, we can add information, we can add, we can modify, and n number of, and this Google Sheet can be shared with n number of participants. Fine. And some of the features or some of the functions are only available in the Google Sheet, like translation, QR code generation. So these features are not available in the MS Excel. These features or these functions are available in the Google Sheet only. Fine. And we'll be covering that particular thing, the functions which are not available in the MS Excel, but they are in the Google Sheet. Fine. So we'll be primarily focusing on these functions only. Fine. Now see how this Google Sheet works. So first we'll be starting with the sharing option, and this sharing option you already covered in Google Doc as well. Fine. But here we'll see when we'll go with the, anyone with this link can view, when we'll go with the feature of restricted and restricted view, when we'll go with the feature of only comment, only view, editorship. So first click on this share link. While clicking on the share link, our window will pop up. Fine. And this window will show that I, Kajal Mittal, is the owner of the sheet. Now journal access will give you three options. One is restricted entry. Another one is MAIMS, GGSIQ, that I want to share the sheet with my organization only. And third one is anyone with the link. So first we'll start with the restricted one. So better to go ahead with restrict when the information that you want to share is very confidential. So the best way is go ahead with this option, restricted one. So restricted sharing setting will allow only that person to whom you share the sheet. Like this, in this restricted entry will ask you add people and group. Let's suppose I want to share this information only with my colleague Rachita Agrawal. Fine. So I'll mention this Rachita Agrawal ID over here and write a message. Dear ma'am, please see the sheet. Fine. And I am giving her the editor right. Fine. Or I can make her only view the document or only add the comment as well. But when you want to share the confidential information, go ahead with the restricted entry and add the email ID of the person with whom you want to share the sheet. So let's suppose I'll send this. Now Rachita ma'am will got a notification mail regarding this sheet and she will add the information. Fine. So restricted entry is better, or restricted view is better when you want to share some confidential information. Now it is clearly visible that Kajal Mittal is the owner of the sheet and Rachita Agrawal is the editor. Fine. Now next one is MAIMS GGS IP University. So anyone with this ID, let's see my ID. So this is the ID provided by our college, kajalmittal.faculty@maims.ac.in. So anyone having this @maims.ac.in, or we call it as G Suite ID, can edit this document. Or if I allow editing, then anybody with this ID maims.ac.in can edit. If I allow view, so anybody with maims.ac.in can view this sheet. Fine. So this is organization restricted. So if you want to share any information within your organization only, you can go ahead with this option. Fine. Now, another one is anyone with this link. So anyone with this link can give you option. Anyone with this link can view. Anyone with this link can comment, or anyone with this link can edit this document. Fine. Restricted का main जो एक drawback है वो ये है, for the restricted one we need email ID. So let us do a small exercise. Let's suppose I want to add the information of all the participants which are available in the session, or which are I want to collect the information, the participants who are attending this session. So I want to share this sheet with you all, because I don't want to add the information myself. I want anyone who are available in the session will add his or her complete information in this sheet. Fine. So what I'll do, I'll collect 36 or 37 email IDs, or shall I go with the link? Yes, anybody? What I want, I am again repeating the exercise. I want the people who are available in the session will add his or her information in the sheet. So which method should I go ahead? Anyone with the link, or with the restricted entry, or with my organization only?
Please go with anyone with the link.
Anyone with the link. So very good. Thank you so much, sir. So anyone with the link in the view mode, or in the editor mode, or in the commenter mode. If I want you to please add your information, then I'll make this thing as editor, so that anyone with this link can edit this sheet. Fine. So anyone with this link now can edit this sheet. So I am copying this link, copy link, click on this, click on done option. And now I am sharing this link in the chat box. Yes, please everybody open this sheet and see. So I got one participant, Rachita Agrawal. Yes, everybody please see the chat box and enter your information. I am mentioning the name of the participant, or I should write full name of the participant. Yes, please add your name. Everybody add your name. So first we have Rachita Agrawal ma'am. Next. Yes, please guys add your information. Anybody with this link can edit this. Yes, Aditya Pratap Singh sir. And this different color boxes are showing that there are various participants in the meeting which are adding the information. And if you go to the particular cell, you will see that people are with the name of some anonymous IDs are adding the information. Yes. Everybody please add the full name.
Madam, can you share the link once again?
Okay, I'll paste this link again. Yes, sir. Please find the link in the chat box again, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, rest of the participant, please add your name. Then we'll do one exercise in this only. So we'll wait for 2 more minutes so that we have at least 8 to 9 names in the chat box. Let me have my name as well. Yes, rest of the participants, please add the name in the sheet. All right. So now this sheet is ready, and I want to share this list with the printing person, the person who print the certificate. So which method should I go ahead? क्या करना चाहिए मुझे? उसे भी editing right दे दूं? The person who print this? Yes. So I'll share this particular list with the printing person as view mode only, because I don't want the printing person will change this thing. So I'll click on this viewer mode and you will see this. Now nobody can edit the information. Everybody please refresh this particular sheet and you will see that only view mode will see and you can't able to edit it. Yes, anybody? अब आप लोग एडिट नहीं कर पाएंगे इस शीट में, कुछ भी एडिशन नहीं हो पाएगा यहाँ पर. फाइन, यू कैन ओनली व्यू दिस शीट. फाइन, ओनली रचिता मैम कैन एडिट इट बिकॉज आई एडिट हर एज द एडिटर. रेस्ट ऑफ द पार्टिसिपेंट कैन नॉट edit or add the information in this particular sheet. Fine. So in the sharing setting, we have restricted entry. We have entry for the organization only. The person belongs to a specific organization and anyone with the link. So when you want to share this particular sheet which containing some confidential information, go ahead with the restricted entry. Enter the email ID of the person in add people and group and send the sheet to him or her email. And if you want to collect some normal information, you can go ahead. Anyone with this link can edit the information. Fine. Now, I want to share one sheet with you. And there is one more feature. So we have this setting button over here. What this shows, editor can change permission and share. It means if I add some person as editor, he or she can add another person as editor. So if I uncheck this box, then editor cannot share it with any other person. Fine. By default, both the check boxes are in the checked mode. Next one is viewers and commenter can see the option to download the sheet, to print it and to copy it. जिसको भी मैं viewer और commenters के राइट दूंगी, वो इस शीट को डाउनलोड भी कर सकते हैं, वो इस शीट को प्रिंट भी कर सकते हैं और वो इस शीट को कॉपी भी कर सकते हैं. And if you do not want the viewer and commenter to download it, print it and copy it, you can uncheck this box as well. Fine. So these are the major settings that we do in our Google Sheet, because in the Google Sheet we can add the collaborator. So based on the type of information, we can do the settings. Right? So the sheet for today's session is this one. And I want that everybody should do hands-on along with me on this particular sheet. And I want to share this sheet with you. So which method should I go ahead quickly based on previous 2-3 minutes of our understanding? अगर मुझे ये शीट आप लोगों के साथ शेयर करनी है, so for which method should I go ahead? Restricted entry, MAIMS, DGS IPU, or anyone with the link in viewer mode, commenter mode, or in editor mode? किस मोड में मुझे ये शीट आप लोगों के साथ शेयर करनी चाहिए? Yes?
Editor mode.
Okay. So anyone with the link, if I enable the editor mode, then anybody with this link can change this basic sheet. which I do not want. I want that you people will do the hands-on in the sheet by creating a copy of it or by downloading it. Fine. So what I want, anyone with this link can view. So if I click on copy link, done, then what you people will do, I'm sharing the link in the chat box. Please ignore the previous link. Now the task of that is done. Now click on this sheet. Click on this link. Click on this link and go to file option. Now this sheet is shared with you all in the editor mode only, in the viewer mode only, so nobody can edit it. So what you will do in order to do the hands-on along with me, go to file option and make a copy of it. Make a copy of it. Click on make a copy. Then a screen will pop up that will ask you the location in which particular folder you want to save this particular sheet. Then you can just select the folder according to your need and click on make a copy. Yes, I hope the participants in the meeting are doing the task, because in order to do the hands-on, you must be ready with this particular sheet. Yes, quickly. Raise the hand those who are done with this copy part, creating a copy of this particular sheet, because it is necessary to create a copy and do the hands-on along with you. Because this original sheet is shared with you in the view mode only and you can't edit it. Rest of the participant, only Meenakshi ma'am raise the hand. Yes, rest of the participant, please create a copy of it. How we can create a copy? Go to file option, click on fourth option, make a copy. Chinwe sir also created a copy. Rest of the participant, or shall I wait for 2-3 minutes? Yes, rest of the participant created a copy. I am assuming that rest of the participants create the copy. Now, so we'll be covering these 10 topics. First is share setting, history, freeze option, translation, split text to column, drop down list, trim function, QR code, checkboxes, sparkline, some other features, and 10th one is how we can import the HTML file. Fine. So first we'll start with the translation part. So what I want that like these names are given to me. I want to translate these names into different language. I want to translate this name into, let's suppose, Hindi. So we have one feature that is particularly available in the Google Sheet. This function will not work in MS Excel. So the function is go to cell is equals to enter Google Translate. So as I write Google, so there are two options, Google Finance and Google Translate. And so I am clicking on Google Translate, and this is showing me the syntax, text, comma, source language, comma, target language. So I am selecting this cell as text, comma, source language means जो text आपने select किया है वो किस language में है. So text is in English language. So English is represented with EN. So I am double quote start किया, mention किया EN, double quote close, comma, target language. In which language you want to convert it? I want to convert it into Hindi. So I am mentioning HI. HI is the code for Hindi. Fine. So inverted commas close, bracket close, and press enter. So it is loading the change version. Arushi Jain is now written in Hindi, and you can drag it and you will get the translated name for other person as well. Fine. See again, in case and do the hands-on along with me. I am again repeating or increasing the zoom mode as well. So is equals to, type Google Translate, select the cell, comma, inverted commas open. Source language is represented with the code EN English, inverted commas open, inverted commas close भी आपने करने हैं. Then inverted commas open. Select the target language Hindi, HI, close the bracket and press enter. And drag it. The name is changed into Hindi. Then let's suppose I want to change this particular name into Urdu. So there is a list available for the language codes. Generally, आप अगर देखेंगे language code is very, we can say logical as well. Like if you want to convert into Arabic, then the code for Arabic is AR. If you want to convert it into Bengali, then the code is BN. If I want to convert it into Urdu, then the code will be, क्या होगा? The code is UR. So बहुत logical भी है. Let's suppose I want to convert the name in Urdu. So I am selecting is equals to Google Translate, select the cell, comma, inverted commas open, source language is English, inverted commas close, comma, inverted commas open. Now I want to convert it into Urdu, so I am mentioning UR. UR is the code for Urdu. Close, bracket close and press enter. So now the name is converted into Urdu. And rest of the name is also converted into Urdu. So since the computer doesn't have its own logical sense, so some things may not be converted into other language. So for this, you can do the manual editing or you can change it manually. ये चीज यहाँ पर एक दो इस चीज में एरर जरूर आ जाता है अगर इसको रीड नहीं कर पाता सिस्टम. Fine. So this feature is not available in the MS Excel. We can convert or we can translate the data into various language. बहुत सारी language है जिसको ये read कर सकता है. आप international language पे भी जा सकते हैं. You can convert into French. You can convert into German as well. Fine. So this is a very unique feature of Google Sheet. Fine. And in the academic, it is very much useful because like for the university degree, we need name in English as well as in Hindi. And most of us don't know about this Hindi typing. So we can go ahead with this method. Fine. So I hope up to this point, the things are clear. And you people are doing along with me. Yes, any doubt? If there is any doubt, anybody can unmute yourself and ask the doubt. Fine. So now quickly move to the next option, that is split. I have full name of the participant. Let's suppose Rakesh Yadav, Deepak Sharma, Sachin Datta, and I want to split this thing into first name and last name. So we have two options. First option is you can straightforward go to data and click on this split text to columns. Fine. So this will ask you the separator. So the separator between Rakesh and Yadav is space. So if I click on space, it will automatically separate this thing, Rakesh and Yadav, into two different columns. I'll again repeat it. Go to the data. Go to split text to columns. I want Rakesh as first name in one column, last name Yadav in the next column. So I'll go to split text to column. As I click on this, a screen will appear which will ask for the separator. So first it will ask detect automatically कि जो राकेश और यादव के बीच में separator है आप उसको खुद detect कर लीजिए. Otherwise you can select. There is a comma, semicolon, full stop, space, or there is some other separator custom that you can enter. So the separator between Rakesh and Yadav is space. So if I'll select space, then it will automatically divide the data into two columns. Fine. So first method is this. Another method is you can use the split function as well. So split function is equal to split. So the syntax is saying select the cell, comma, double quote start, and now it is asking for delimiter. Delimiter again means separator. कि राकेश और यादव के बीच में जो सेपरेटर है, जो इन दोनों को डिफरेंस क्रिएट कर रहा है इसमें, दैट इज स्पेस. सो आई एम प्रेसिंग स्पेस बार, double quotes close, bracket close, and press enter. Now Rakesh and Yadav will be separated. Fine, and now you can simply drag it for rest of the cells. Fine, I'm again repeating. So those who are doing hands-on along with me, please follow this. Is equals to split, select the cell, comma, inverted commas open, space, inverted commas close, because the separator is space bar. So I am mentioning space, inverted bracket close, press enter. Fine, and you can drag it. Now see the next part. This separator can be other thing as well. Separator can be hyphen, separator can be comma, separator can be semicolon, separator can be space bar as well. So you have option to mention different separators or delimiter. So mention is equal to split, select the cell, comma, inverted commas open, and now mention all the separators that are visible in the data. Like I'm mentioning hyphen, oblique, comma, space is equal to sign is also there. तो सारे आपने डिलिमिटर्स जो भी हैं या सेपरेटर्स हैं उनको एक बारी में आप इन्वर्टेड कॉमास डाल के मेंशन कर दीजिए, इन्वर्टेड कॉमास क्लोज कर दीजिए, ब्रैकेट क्लोज कर दीजिए, प्रेस एंटर एंड ड्रैग इट. Now all the separators will be taking into consideration. You will get the data split into different columns. First name, middle name, last name. Fine. Shall I repeat this part again? I'm again repeating in case anybody skipped it. So is equal to split, select the cell, comma, mention all the separators. जो भी आपको अपने data set में दिख रहे हैं separators, hyphen, comma, oblique, space is equals to inverted commas close कर दीजिए, bracket बंद कर दीजिए, press enter. Fine, and you can drag it. Fine. Okay. Now, where this particular function is practically used, we'll ask people to mention the address, and I want to bifurcate this address into house number, the area, the state, and the pin code. Fine. So I want ये address है, let's suppose 285, Ashok Vihar, Delhi, 00110088. I want to separate this address into house number, area, state, and pin code. So what should I go ahead with? Anybody? कैसे start करूं? Go to house number is equal to use split function, and now we have various separators. तो मैं क्या करूंगी, मैं सेल को सेलेक्ट करती हूँ और जितने भी सेपरेटर्स मुझे लग रहे हैं यहाँ पर मैं उन सबको मेंशन कर देती हूँ. कॉमा दिख रहा है, ऑब्लिक दिख रहा है मुझे, और स्पेस भी दिख रहा है मुझे कहीं पर, हाइफन भी दिख रहा है मुझे कहीं पर. सो आई विल मेंशन ऑल द सेपरेटर, इन्वर्टेड कॉमास क्लोज, ब्रैकेट क्लोज, प्रेस एंटर, एंड यू विल सी दैट हाउस नंबर इज 285, एरिया इज अशोक विहार. सो यहाँ पर स्पेस लिया था मैंने, तो इसलिए अशोक एंड विहार दो डिफरेंट जगह पर चला गया. तो अगर यहाँ पर इसको एडिट करके मैं स्पेस हटा देती हूँ तो ये एक जगह भी आ जाएगा, अशोक विहार. स्पेस मैंने यहाँ से रिमूव कर दिया. स्टेट इज दिल्ली, पिन कोड इज 0088. इफ यू कैन ड्रैग इट, रेस्ट ऑफ द इंफॉर्मेशन विल बी अवेलेबल. फाइन. सो दिस separator split text to column will be practically used in various aspects. I hope the split option is clear. Yes. Any doubt in this or any doubt in the first or second part, translation and the split? I am assuming that the participants in the meeting are doing hands-on along with me on the copied sheet. And now quickly move to the drop-down list. That is another important part of Google Sheet. Split to text column feature is there in the Excel sheet, MS Excel, but it is difficult to execute this task in the MS Excel. Whereas here the task is very easier. This split function doesn't work in MS Excel. Fine. And this feature particularly works in the Google Sheet. Next is drop-down list. How we can add drop-down in the data set. Fine. Let's suppose I have 10 students in my database. Let's suppose I am taking A, B for the E's, F, G, H, and I want to ask them the course, in which course he or she enrolled. So somebody write b.com as the course, BCom. Somebody write b.smallc.com, and I want uniformity in the data. So what I'll do is I'll inbuilt give a drop down list to the students. So what I'll do is I'll select I go to data, click on data validation option, and in the data validation option, it will ask you select a list from a range. So I want this courses to be. So click on this, enter a range. I'm again repeating. Click on the cell in which you want to add the drop down. So I want to add the drop down here. I'm adding course. On the drop down list to be added in this. So click on data, click on data validation. Now I want to add the name of course, which I have already mentioned in the sheet. So click on select data range. So data range is this. Click OK. Now show drop down lists in the cell. I want that people should see this drop down list, and click on save option. Fine. Now click on this cell in which I added the drop down list. It is clearly showing me BBA, BCom, BA LLB, BBA LLB, BA Eco Honors. Fine. I want that this particular drop down to be copied in other cell. So simply drag it. आप इसे बाकी यहाँ तक drag कर सकते हैं. Now if A belongs to BBA, he or she will select this. H belongs to BCom Honors, he or she will select it. C belongs to BA LLB, he or she selects. Fine. And if anybody wants to add some other information, it will give the error, invalid. But इसने ये सारी information ले ली. यहाँ पर CO और मैंने जैसे COM टाइप किया, यहाँ पर information आ गई. I want that कि अगर कुछ information अलग हो तो वो add ही ना हो. So there is option for that as well. Go to data validation and click on this reject input. कि अगर कोई इसके अलावा कुछ भी ऐड करना चाहता है तो उनका इनपुट रिजेक्ट हो जाए. एंड हेल्प डेस्क आ जाए, एक एरर मैसेज आ जाए कि आपने रेंज में से ही कोई वैल्यू सेलेक्ट करनी है. सो क्लिक ऑन रिजेक्ट इनपुट, शो वैलिडेशन हेल्प टेक्स्ट एंड सेव. सो इफ आई वांट टू ऐड सम अदर इंफॉर्मेशन लाइक दिस तो ये एरर देगा. देयर वाज अ प्रॉब्लम, क्लिक एंड एंटर अ वैल्यू फ्रॉम अ रेंज. कि जो मैंने ड्रॉप डाउन में रेंज दी है आप सिर्फ उसी में से कुछ वैल्यू ऐड कर सकते हैं. फाइन. Shall I repeat this part again? I am again repeating. So I am deleting this. आप इसको remove भी कैसे कर सकते हैं? Let's suppose I want to remove the data validation. Go to data, click on data validation and remove validation. Fine. Again, how we can add? Select the cell in which you want to add the drop down. Go to data validation. In this, you can add a range. So click on this, select data range. Select the range. Click OK. Reject input. Show validation help text and save. So this drop down will be added. and you can drag it to add this drop down in the other cell as well. Fine. Now everybody can see this. अब इसकी data validation ही देखते हैं. Let's suppose you want to add date of birth. So somebody add or somebody mention date of birth in the format of DD, MM, YY, YY. Somebody add the date of birth in the format of MM, DD, YY, YY. So you'll mention here DD, MM, YY. And in order to remove the errors, so date should lie between 1 to 31, max to max. अगर कोई महीना होगा जिसमें 30-31 मंथ होंगे, so date must include the value between 1 to 31. Month must include the value from 1 to 12, and year based on the type of information. Let's suppose I want to collect the information from undergraduate students only. So undergraduate students will lie in the age group of maximum 16 to 21 or 22. Fine. So I want to avoid the error and I want nobody will make mistake in this. So I can add the data validation in this cell. Kaise? Go to the cell, click on data validation. Now you have criteria. I want number in this cell. So number that lie between, यहाँ पर भी option है आपके पास between, not between, less than or equal to. But here I want the value should lie between 1 to 31. Fine. So click on save option. Or we'll again see the data validation part. यहाँ पर reject input जरूर कर दीजिएगा, show validation help text जरूर कर दीजिएगा. And click on save option. Fine. And you can drag it. अब मैं यहाँ पर let's suppose 32 टाइप करती हूँ, तो ये मुझे error दिखा रहा है. Enter a value between 1 to 31. So if anybody mistakenly mention something, so यहाँ पर वो error देगा और वो values नहीं लेगा. MM में month में हम same validation लगा देते हैं, data validation. Again I want number that should between 1 to 12. Reject any other input, show validation help text and save. And if I drag it and if I try to mention 13, it will give me a error. If I mention 5, it will accept. 7, accept it. Fine. And similarly in the year as well. Fine. So this data validation will help you in getting the uniform or error-free data. I hope this drop-down part is clear. Now add this drop-down for these companies. आप सब अपने hands on करके यहाँ इस वाले सेल में ड्रॉप डाउन ऐड करके देखिए इस पर्टिकुलर इन सब पर्टिकुलर कंपनी के नाम का. Yes, I hope the people who are available in the meeting are getting the things. समझ आ रहा है सबको? And in case of any doubt, you can just raise the hand or unmute yourself. Right. Now quickly move to a simpler function, that is trim function. In trim function, if there are extra spaces in the database, we can remove this extra spaces through a simple function, that is trim function. So is equals to mention trim, bracket open, select the cell, bracket close, press enter. Fine. So here the extra spaces. यहाँ पर आपको extra spaces जो दिख रहे थे वो automatically remove होगा and you can drag it. So this is the most simpler formula. How we can do this? I am again repeating. Go to cell is equals to mention TRIM, trim, bracket open, select the cell, bracket close, press enter. Fine. And you can drag it to copy the same form. Fine. Yes, up to this point. Yes, shall we move ahead to the next function?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, or shall I wait for 2-3 minutes so that you people can do the hands-on along with me? Okay, next part is QR code. So we need QR code for various forms that we created for various websites. So mere scanning of the QR code, we can straightforward move to the particular site or move to the particular form. So we can create QR code through this Google Sheet as well. So there is one particular formula for creating this QR code in the Google Sheet. The formula is little bit technical. So the formula is already given in the sheet. मैंने sheet में आपको formula पहले से ही दे दिया. This particular formula include some particular app. So you can just simply copy paste it and use the formula. So this formula is given over here. I am copy pasting the formula. So it is copied. I want QR code to be created in this particular cell. So I am pasting this cell. यहाँ पर मैंने single quote लगाया हुआ है ताकि इस फॉर्मूले को मैं कॉपी पेस्ट कर पाऊँ. Here I am removing the single quote and select here this cell A3. यहाँ पर by chance मेरा जो address है that is in the A3 cell only, so I am not changing it. So click on OK. And you will see this for the IP University, this QR code will be created. So you can simply go ahead with the scanner and you can open the IP website. Now, let's suppose I want to open the website of PGDAV College evening. So I can go ahead, I paste this formula. Now this particular website link is there in the A5 cell, A column 5th row. So here I am changing this as, let me change in the formula bar. So here I am changing it as A5. Fine, and removing the single quote and click OK. So you will see that there is a QR code for getting or for landing up to the PGDAV Evening College website. Or you can simply drag it. You will get the QR code for MAIMS. And let's suppose I want to create a QR code for forms as well, the Google form that we use. So if I simply drag it, we can create the QR code. Otherwise, there are specifically app meant for generating the QR code. Whereas this task is very easy in the Google Sheet. You can simply copy paste this formula, mention the cell, A, D, A, जो भी cell है आपका वो यहाँ पर आप select कर लीजिए and you will get the QR code. आप इस QR code को scan करेंगे, you will straightforward land up to the website. Fine? Yes, up to this point. So I hope this QR part is clear, or I'll again repeat the whole stuff. I'm again repeating for the convenience. So let me remove this. This formula is given to you. You can simply copy the formula, paste in the cell in which you want QR code to be generated. And in this formula, just edit this thing, the cell value in which the IP address is given and the URL is given. So by chance in A3, IP URL is given. So I am mentioning it as A3. Let's suppose I want to start over here and I'm copy pasting the data, but my URL is in the A4. So I am editing as A4 and press enter. And you can simply drag. And it will give you the QR code for various. Yes, is there any doubt? Any doubt?
Ma'am, can I ask, ma'am?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, please.
मैम वो QRL की लिंक है ना, लिंक वो कहाँ से आई वो पता नहीं.
Ma'am, this link is available in the sheet that I shared with you, because this formula is little bit technical and people cannot grasp it in one go. So this formula is inbuilt. What you have to do is just change the cell in which the URL is given. ये formula आपको या तो memorize करना होगा. ये एक ऐप है जिसके थ्रू ये क्रिएट हुआ है, chart.google apps इस तरीके से. तो इसलिए इस फॉर्मूला के कि ये फॉर्मूला हमें मेमोराइज करने में थोड़ी डिफिकल्टी होगी, तो ये इनबिल्ट फॉर्मूला मैंने आपको प्रोवाइड कर दिया। यहाँ पर आपने इस फॉर्मूला को जहां भी आप QR कोड जनरेट करना चाहते हैं, जस्ट कॉपी दिस फॉर्मूला and paste it. This formula is generated by the software developers. उन्होंने ही generate किया है. Some app is involved in this process. Fine.
ये फॉर्मूला यहाँ पे अवेलेबल नहीं है जहाँ से हम लोग कॉपी कर सकते हैं कहीं पे?
Yes, sir, it is available in the sheet that I shared with you. जिसकी
नहीं,
copy
आपके शीट में नहीं, जैसे सपोज हम कहीं बाहर में खोले वहां पे ये फॉर्मूला अवेलेबल है, ऐसा कुछ?
You can Google it, sir, and it will maybe it is there in the Google as well.
Okay, ठीक है.
Fine. Or you can save it in, or you can mail it yourself, because QR code generator takes so much time. It takes lot of app downloading, and this task is very easier in the Google Sheet. You can simply copy paste this formula and change these referencing of this cell and get the QR code very easy. And this width can be increased as well. Here I am getting short because fine. So you can increase the size as well. And this formula is inbuilt, so it's little bit difficult. तो मैंने इसके backend की story नहीं बताई है. So this formula you can save it for future purpose as well, or you can Google it. You will find it for sure. Fine. Next is okay. Sure. Thank you. Next is how we can add check boxes. Let's suppose I want to see कि इनमें से किन parties के साथ follow up हो चुका है, and I want to add the check boxes. So how I can add the check boxes? You can simply go to insert, and in the insert there is an option with the name of tick box. So simply click on this tick box, and this feature is not available in the MS Excel. The best part of Google Sheet is this tick box option is not available in the MS Excel. So this option is only there in Google Sheet. So you can simply go ahead with this. Let's suppose I follow up with Ambe Agency. So I'll mark it as Aruna and Company से भी बात हो गई है, Dola and Company से भी बात हो गई है, Manoj and Company से भी बात हो गई है. So you can add this check boxes in such a manner. Very simpler one, and again repeating. कैसे कर सकते हैं आप? Simply जिस भी cell में आप check box add करना चाहते हैं, select that cell, go to insert option, click on tick box, fine, and drag it to copy paste the same thing. And जिनसे भी आपका follow up हो चुका, you can simply check, or you can uncheck as well. Fine, this checkbox part is clear? Yes? Or shall I repeat it again? Select the cell, go to insert option, and in the insert option you will find tick box. And I hope you people are doing hands-on along with me on the copy created. Otherwise, the purpose will not be served. अगर आप hands-on मेरे साथ नहीं करेंगे, तो purpose serve नहीं हो पाएगा. Fine. So this feature is not in the MS Excel. So in the Google Sheet, by a simple click, we can create tick boxes in the data set. Next is Sparkline. Now, what is this Sparkline? Sparkline is a very unique feature that is particularly again available in the spreadsheet only. So what is this Sparkline? Let me create this. Mention कीजिए is equals to and mention Sparkline. So as I mentioned SPAR, ये automatically मुझे formula दे देना. So I'll mention Sparkline. I'll select the range, bracket close, press enter. So what is this Sparkline? If I'll increase the width of the cell, so it is showing me a trend. कि अगर मैं देखूं तो Delhi की, let's suppose this is the data of we can say Delhi population, initially increasing, then decreasing, then rising, and then continuously falling. So if you want to see the trend of the data, and instead of creating so many charts, you can simply go ahead with the Sparkline. आप क्या कर सकते हैं? आप इसको simply और बाकी states के लिए भी drag कर सकते हैं, and you will see the Sparkline for other states as well. कैसे देखेंगे आप इसको? अगर इसकी width increase करेंगे, so you can analyze the data. I'm again repeating how I created this sparkline. Let me delete this. Go to the cell, mention is equal to sparkline, SPARK spark, और जैसे ही आप SPARK लिखेंगे sparkline ऑटोमेटिकली आपको दिखाने लगेगा. Press tab, लिखा है ना, tab to accept. I want this formula, so I am pressing tab. Now select the range, bracket close, press enter. जिस भी डेटा का आप ट्रेंड देखना चाहते हैं आप उस डेटा के रेंज को सेलेक्ट कर लीजिए, एंटर प्रेस कर लीजिए, एंड यू कैन सिंपली ड्रैग इट to copy paste the formula in other cells as well. So instead of creating different charts for Delhi, for Haryana, for Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, you can see it one way. Let's suppose you want to see the stable. So if you go by the sparkline, किस state का data stable लग रहा है? अगर हमें थोड़ा सा रफ आइडिया लेना हो, so which state is giving a stable thing? Yes, participant. कौन सी स्टेट का मोर और लेस डेटा हमें स्टेबल लग रहा है कि बहुत ज्यादा फ्लक्चुएशंस में? कैन आई से असम? यस. अगर यहाँ की इसकी स्पार्क लाइन को मैं ऑब्जर्व करूं तो मुझे यहाँ पर कुछ 2018-19 में जाके थोड़ी बहुत फ्लक्चुएशन दिखी है, और अगर मैं पूछूं किसी पर्टिकुलर स्टेट का डेटा बहुत ज्यादा ही फ्लक्चुएटिंग है, सो व्हिच स्टेट इज दैट? अगर आपको रफ आइडिया लेना हो अपने डेटा सेट के बारे में, ट्रेंड देखना हो, देन दिस स्पार्क लाइन इज अ वेरी गुड मेथड, एंड दिस फीचर इज अगेन नॉट अवेलेबल इन द MSX. फाइन. Let's suppose I want to see the trend from 2015 to till 2017, so I can change the range as well. ठीक है, आप रेंज को सिर्फ 3 सेल सेलेक्ट कर लीजिए and you will see the trend. So I mentioned spark line, range selected, bracket close, press enter. So you will see the spark line for the period from 2015 to 2017. And if you want this spark line here for all the period from 2015 to 2019, you can again put the formula, select the range, bracket close, press enter. And so according to your need, you can create trends for your data. I hope this point is clear and participants are doing hands-on along with me. Yes? Up to this point? Or shall I repeat it again? Anything that I repeat again from last 2-3 slides or the topic that we covered from 1 to 8? 1 से 8 में कोई भी ऐसा पॉइंट है जो दोबारा से रिपीट करने की नीड है? No? Okay. So now move to the import HTML and after that we'll studying rest of the features. जो बाकी के सारे फीचर्स हैं हमारी गूगल शीट में वो हम इसके बाद पढ़ेंगे. पहले हम देखते हैं किस तरीके से HTML के डेटा को हम कॉपी कर सकते हैं. So here I am there is some link available with the name of worldometer. So click on this link. Then we'll define the task कि करना क्या है. So here I got a data of India's population. ठीक है, इंडिया की पॉपुलेशन का डेटा मुझे मिल गया. Close this extra pop-up windows. Now I have this data. मुझे कोई प्रोजेक्ट बनाना है and I am working on this thing, Indian population. And I want this thing. I want this table to be copied in the Excel. मैं चाहती हूँ मेरी गूगल शीट में ये पूरी टेबल कॉपी हो जाए. I want this India population forecast to be copied in my Excel sheet, and I want the population of main cities to be copied in my Google sheet. I don't want कि अगर मैं यहाँ से कॉपी करूंगी तो might be कोई error आ जाए, formatting issue आ जाए. I simply want that this thing, this table should be imported from this particular URL to my Google sheet. So there is one particular formula for that. Every participant must open this particular URL in your system. इस URL को आप कॉपी कर लीजिए इस URL को कॉपी करके आप जब तक नेक्स्ट उसमें नहीं खोलेंगे तब तक आप ये वाले इस पर्टिकुलर फंक्शन का हैंड्स ऑन नहीं कर पाएंगे। Yes, shall we start? I hope सबने इस पर्टिकुलर URL को नेक्स्ट टैब में खोल लिया। Now what I want these table to be imported to my Google Sheet, और ये बिल्कुल इसी फॉर्मेट में क्लियर फॉर्मेटिंग के साथ यहाँ पर हमारे पास इंपोर्ट होकर आ जाएगी। क्या फॉर्मूला है? Now pay attention to the formula. It's little bit technical, little bit only, and the formula is with the name of import HTML. So if I mention import, so it is showing me import XML, import data, import feed, and import HTML. So I am going ahead with this import HTML. Now it is saying URL. Syntax हमें बता रहा है कि अब आपका पहला काम क्या है? URL कॉपी करना. So here is the URL. Go to the website. Copy. कैसे करेंगे आप? इसमें URL पे क्लिक कर दीजिए. Copy, Ctrl+C, or you can copy it from the right click of the mouse. Here you can copy. यहाँ पर URL पेस्ट करने से पहले आपको इन्वर्टेड कॉमास ओपन करने होंगे, क्योंकि एक्सेल सिर्फ इन्वर्टेड एक्सेल और गूगल शीट विल रीड दी फॉर्मूला थ्रू inverted commas or through quotes. So I am pasting the URL over here. Close the quotes, comma. Now I want table. यहाँ पर तो जैसे ग्राफ भी है, but I want table. So I am mentioning table. TABLE. Inverted commas close. Comma. Now it is asking for index. So let's suppose I am mentioning 1 over here. क्या मतलब है इस फॉर्मूले का? इस फॉर्मूले को रीड कैसे किया जाता है? I want table given on this URL. First table given on this URL is to be imported to this particular sheet. ठीक है? So if I click enter, यहाँ पर ये मुझे क्या दिखा रहा है कि जो आपने फर्स्ट टेबल मांगी थी वो एज पर दिस वेबसाइट फर्स्ट टेबल इज समथिंग विच इज विद द नेम ऑफ इंडियन पॉपुलेशन, ईयरली पॉपुलेशन. तो मुझे जो टेबल चाहिए थी वो मुझे नहीं मिली. आई वांट दिस पर्टिकुलर टेबल. सो माइट बी जब ये वेबसाइट कंस्ट्रक्ट हुई होगी तो ये टेबल सेकंड नंबर पे हो, थर्ड नंबर पे हो, ये चीज हमें देखनी होगी. सो आई एम एडिटिंग द फॉर्मूला एंड आई एम मेंशनिंग 2 ओवर हियर. लेट्स सी. Press enter. अब देखते हैं क्या वही टेबल आएगी. Yes. So this table is given on the second number. So आप देखेंगे कि exactly same table यहाँ पर copy paste हो गई. Yes. Same table copy paste होकर आ गई है हमारे पास. हमने कुछ भी नहीं किया. The same table is copy pasted here. Right. Let's see third table. तो अब अभी मैं इसी फॉर्मूले को एडिट कर रही हूँ. So I am mentioning 3 over here. Press enter. I'll again repeat the whole stuff. Just observe the things right now. So अब देखिए थर्ड टेबल आ गई है हमारे पास. That is about India population forecast. So ये आ गई है हमारे पास थर्ड टेबल. Let's see. I want this fourth table as well. देखते हैं कि फोर्थ टेबल इंडियन डेमोग्राफिक्स की है या मेन सिटीज की. ये आपको थोड़ा हिट एंड ट्रायल करके देखना पड़ेगा. Because while designing the website हमें नहीं पता कि टेबल किस नंबर पे डली है. So let's see fourth. Press enter. By chance fourth नंबर पे आपकी यही main cities by population in India थी. So this will import. Yes. Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this? I am again repeating the whole stuff. Pay attention. कैसे हमें import करना है? So I am deleting this column and again doing the task. See. Is equal to sign. The formula for importing is import HTML. So here import HTML is this formula. Select this. Inverted commas open करिए. URL को copy करिए. URL को paste कर दीजिए. Inverted commas close, comma. Now mention the query. Query means what you need. So I need table. Inverted commas again open करिए. Mention table. Inverted commas close कर दीजिए. Then comma. Index में आपने डालना है कि आपने कौन से नंबर की टेबल चाहिए. So I want table given on first number. Because मुझे यहाँ से देखने से क्या लग रहा है कि पहली टेबल तो यही है, क्योंकि और तो ऊपर कुछ भी टेबल नहीं दी हुई थी आपको. सो मैं यहाँ पर मेंशन कर रही हूँ 1 एंड प्रेस एंटर. सो बाय चांस क्या पता चला कि फर्स्ट नंबर पर ये टेबल है. सो मैं यहाँ पर क्या कर देती हूँ, एडिट करके कर देती हूँ टेबल 2. Now the table 2 is the table that I want. So now this is pasted. Now I want table 3 as well. So I'll again put up the formula. ये table intact रहेगी. So I'm again repeating. Import is equals to mention import HTML. Inverted commas open. Copy the URL. Paste it here. Inverted commas close. Comma. Then query is table I want. Inverted commas close. Comma. I want table given on third number. Yes. So you can simple mention 3 as well. So I got the table for population forecast. Again, I want this fourth table as well. So I'll again apply the formula is equal to import HTML. Inverted commas open, paste the URL, comma, table, inverted commas close, comma, paste table on the fourth one. The fourth table will appear. Similarly, we can copy the list as well. But यहाँ पर मेरे URL में कोई भी list नहीं दिख रही है. Otherwise, you can go ahead with the list. Let us take the example of list as well. देखते हैं क्या. तो इसी में जैसे हमने query में table डाला है, we can simply add list as well. दोबारा से apply करते हैं. Is equals to import HTML. Inverted commas open, URL pasted. Inverted commas close, comma, inverted comma again open, mention list, inverted commas close, comma. Let us see first list. देखते हैं कौन सी है by chance. So coronavirus population something are the inbuilt list. List 2 देखते हैं क्या करेंगे. So इसी को edit करके mention 2. List 2 is on the population, world, Asia, Southern Asia, India. So based on our need, we can go ahead. अगर हमें लग रहा है कोई data list format में है, so we can go ahead with list. And if you are seeing the data that you want is in the table format, so in query you can mention the table as well. Yes, I hope this point is clear. Yes or no? Up to this point, so these are the basic features that are primarily available in the Google Sheet only. Spreadsheet में ही ये features आपके पास available हैं. And this feature is very useful when you are copy pasting the data from various sources. So it's very difficult to copy paste it in a particular manner or to format it. So it is very useful when somebody is working on a large data set and you want to import the entire table. So this is very, very useful. The only drawback or what I found it difficult, you have to see whether table is on the second number, table is on the third number, table is on the fourth number. But with 2-3 trials, you'll get it. कि आपको पता चल जाएगा सीक्वेंस से भी कि ये टेबल मैक्स टू मैक्स जो है आपने जब इस वेबसाइट को कंस्ट्रक्ट किया होगा तो सेकंड नंबर पे या मैक्स टू मैक्स थर्ड नंबर पे. फाइन. आई होप अप टू दिस पॉइंट कोई डाउट नहीं है इस टॉपिक में. अभी तक जितनी चीजें हमने सीखी है वहां तक कोई भी डाउट है अगेन रिपीट. देन विल come to the some small points related to the version history, freezing of rows, freezing of columns, how we can align the text, how we can merge the text, how we can wrap the text, like we have the formatting things. अप टू दिस पॉइंट फंक्शंस में किसी को कोई डाउट? ट्रांसलेशन फंक्शन, split text to column, how to add the drop down list, how to apply trim function, how to generate QR code, check boxes, sparkline. Okay, how many of you are doing hands on along with me? Just raise the hand. जो भी hands on कर रहे हैं, जिन्होंने भी ये out of these 8-9 functions, yes, please raise the hand. Those who are doing hands on. Very few people. Raise the rest of the participants. Okay. Now let's go to the other formatting thing that are the part of Google Sheet. One is how we can freeze the rows. जैसे अभी यहाँ पर देखते हैं एक सिंपल सा एग्जाम्पल, प्रैक्टिकल एग्जाम्पल स्पार्क लाइन में देखते हैं। जैसे स्पार्क लाइन में अब मैं यहाँ तक स्क्रॉल करके एज आई मूव टू मध्य प्रदेश, तो मुझे ऊपर कॉलम की हेडिंग दिखनी बंद हो गई। मुझे पता नहीं चल रहा कि ये जो डेटा है ये किस ईयर का। लेट्स सपोज आई वांट टू सी कि ये जो फिगर है 52983996 ये किस पर्टिकुलर ईयर को बिलोंग करती है, ये किस पर्टिकुलर ईयर को बिलोंग करती है। सो व्हाट आई विल डू इज आई विल फ्रीज दिस फर्स्ट कॉलम सो दैट इवन इफ आई मूव to the end of row or to the end of column, I'll see कि ये पर्टिकुलर डेटा किस पर्टिकुलर ईयर को बिलोंग करता है, किस पर्टिकुलर स्टेट को बिलोंग करता है। जैसे लेट्स सपोज हमारे पास काफी सारे ईयर्स का डेटा है, तो हमें यहाँ पर पता ही नहीं चलेगा कि ये किस पर्टिकुलर स्टेट का डेटा है। सो सिमिलरली वी कैन फ्रीज द रोज एंड वी कैन फ्रीज द कॉलम एज वेल। हम रोज को भी फ्रीज कर सकते हैं और कॉलम को भी फ्रीज कर सकते हैं। तो आप किस तरीके से फ्रीज करेंगे? Go to the view option and go to freeze. कहां पर जाना है आपने? जिस भी शीट की रो को आप फ्रीज करना चाहते हैं आप उस शीट पर जाइए। Go to the view option, go to freeze, and here there are option. You want to freeze no rows. किसी भी रो को आप फ्रीज नहीं करना चाहते। You want to freeze first row. ठीक है, तो I want to freeze first row. So if I am clicking on first row, तो देखिए फर्स्ट रो फ्रीज हो गई। अब अगर मुझे मध्य प्रदेश के वहां पर भी जाकर देखना है, सो आई विल सी कि 2015 में कितनी पॉपुलेशन थी, 2016 में कितनी पॉपुलेशन है, 2017। सो दिस फर्स्ट रो विल बी फ्रीज एंड आई वांट टू फ्रीज द कॉलम एज वेल। सो सिमिलरली गो टू द व्यू ऑप्शन, गो टू फ्रीज एंड क्लिक ऑन फर्स्ट कॉलम। So you will see कि आप शीट में कितने भी आगे कॉलम्स पे पहुंच जाइए, आपका जो कॉलम 1 है वो फ्रीज हो चुका है। फाइन। एंड इफ आई वांट टू रिमूव दिस फ्रीजिंग, क्या करेंगे हम? गो टू दी व्यू ऑप्शन, फ्रीज एंड कर दीजिए नो रोज। नाउ नो रो विल बी फ्रीज्ड। सिमिलरली आई वांट टू रिमूव फ्रीजिंग फ्रॉम कॉलम एज वेल। नाउ क्लिक ऑन नो कॉलम्स। देख लीजिए आप कोई भी कॉलम और कोई भी रो फ्रीज नहीं। Yes, I am again repeating how we can freeze the rows and columns. You can simply go to the view option, go to freeze, and if you want to freeze first row only, click on first row, and your first row will be freezed. Fine. And if you want to freeze 2 rows, starting 2 rows, click on 2 rows. Now this 2 rows will be freezed. State और Delhi freeze हो गई है। इसी तरीके से आप व्यू पे जाइए, आपने 2 रो या 14 रो तक जितनी भी आप करना चाहते हैं फ्रीज, यू कैन क्लिक ऑन दिस। एंड इफ यू वांट नो रोज टू बी फ्रीज, क्लिक ऑन नो रोज। सिमिलरली आप अगर 2 या 2 से ज्यादा कॉलम्स को फ्रीज करना चाहते हैं, यू कैन गो अहेड विद दैट एज वेल। फाइन। सो द फ्रीजिंग ऑप्शन इज गिवन ओवर देयर। तो यहाँ पर आप व्यू में जाके यू कैन फ्रीज दी रोज एज वेल एज कॉलम। And the best part of this Google Sheet is, जैसे मैंने इनिशियली बिल्कुल सेशन की स्टार्टिंग में बताया था कि we can collaborate through Google Sheet, whereas this feature is not available in the MS Excel. आपकी शीट पे बहुत सारे लोग सेम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पे काम कर सकते हैं। So I want to see कि जो भी डेटा है उस पे कितने लोगों ने काम किया है. So let us see, take the previous sheet that we used earlier. क्योंकि उस शीट पे आप लोगों ने भी डेटा एंटर किया था, तो लेट मी गो टू दैट शीट. उस शीट की वर्जन हिस्ट्री देखते हैं. क्योंकि इस शीट पे तो सिर्फ मैंने ही एडिटिंग की है, आई एम द ओनली वन. यहाँ पर काफी सारे लोगों ने एडिटिंग की है. सो आई विल बी मूविंग टू दिस. हाउ वी कैन सी द वर्जन हिस्ट्री, कि किसने क्या क्या ऐड किया है. तो वर्जन हिस्ट्री को देखने के दो तरीके हैं. सो यू कैन गो टू फाइल ऑप्शन एंड गो टू दिस वर्जन हिस्ट्री. फाइल में जाएंगे आप, और आपको यहाँ पर वर्जन हिस्ट्री का ऑप्शन दिखेगा. पहला ऑप्शन ये है. Another ways, यहाँ पर आपको दिख रहा है लास्ट एडिट was made 59 minutes ago by रचिता अग्रवाल. Fine, so you can click on this and you will see कि इस शीट पर कितने लोगों ने काम किया है. ठीक है. So I entered the information, रचिता मैम edit the information and all anonymous users. Anonymous users यहाँ पर इसलिए लिखा है because I constructed or I created this sheet through my official email ID. मैंने इसको अपनी ऑफिशियल ईमेल आईडी से क्रिएट किया है. तो जितने भी अदर यूजर्स हैं, बाकी सब आईडीज के, बाकी सब @gmail.com वाले हैं, वो मेरे लिए एनोनिमस यूजर्स होंगे. इसलिए यहाँ पर वर्ड एनोनिमस लिखा आ रहा है. फाइन. नाउ सी दी अदर पार्ट, कि किस तरीके से हम इसको देख भी सकते हैं. आई एम एग्जिटिंग दिस पेज बिकॉज ऑफ सम इशू इन दिस पर्टिकुलर पेज. हम अगेन ओपनिंग इट. So ये sheet है this one. I'm again opening it and you can rename the version. आप देखना चाहते हैं किसने क्या क्या changes किए हैं, वो भी पता चल जाएंगे. So go to the file option and here version history. So see version history. Just a second, due to some network issue, it is taking some time. So if we click on this, you will see there are different colored dots in front of the name. Like in front of my name, there is a light blue color dot. In front of Rachita ma'am, there is a dark blue color dot. So this sheet will show you कि कहाँ पर किस किसने ऐड किया. तो जहां पर जो एडिशन हुआ होगा उसमें ब्लू, लाइट ब्लू कलर का आपको दिखने लग जाएगा, शीट पे व्यू होने लगेगा. लेट मी सी ओवर हियर. यहाँ पर तो सिर्फ मैंने ही एडिशन किया है, तो ये बहुत अच्छा व्यू नहीं देगा. बट इस शीट पे मैंने जब एडिशन की है, ये शीट शो कर रही है. जैसे 3 सितंबर को 12:53 पे मैंने इसमें कुछ ऐड किया. संडे को मैंने इस टाइम पे कुछ एडिशन किया. 7 सितंबर को मैंने 7:53 में इसमें कुछ चेंजेस किए. देन 11:54 में मैंने इसमें कुछ चेंजेस किए. फाइन. सो दिस शीट इज शोइंग मी द गिवन इंफॉर्मेशन. फाइन. सो यहाँ से आप वर्जन हिस्ट्री देख सकते हैं कि किस पर्सन ने इस शीट पर कब कब काम किया. फाइन. आई एम अगेन रिपीटिंग opening the sheet due to some error. It is taking some time. Fine. So I hope the version history part and freezing part is clear. Sharing part we already did in starting of the session. Fine. Now, like in the similar fashion, we have text wrapping, we have merging of the cells in MS Excel. In the similar fashion, we can do the formatting here as well. हम formatting यहाँ पर भी बिल्कुल सेम तरीके से कर सकते हैं. This is for undo, redo option. Here we can print the data. Here we can get the paint format. Here you can zoom the sheet. 125 आप increase कर सकते हैं. ये आपकी currency formatting के लिए है, percentage के लिए. Increase or decrease the decimal places. More format for numbers. Number, percentage, scientific, accounting, financial. This is font type, font size, bold, italic, strike. You want to change the text color, you want to fill the cell. This is for creating borders around the data, and this is for merging of the cell. Let's suppose I want to merge these two cells. So I'll simply click on this. So you want to merge horizontally, I'll click on merge horizontally. Fine. So ये मर्ज हो गया, जबकि डेटा चला गया, तो आपने अपने डेटा की सेल के अकॉर्डिंग जैसी भी आपकी नीड है आप उसे मर्ज कर सकते हैं। फाइन, नाउ देयर इज ऑप्शन फॉर रैपिंग। जैसे आप देख रहे हैं कि मैंने सिर्फ यूआरएल कॉपी किया है इस सेल में D13, बट दिस टेक्स्ट इज फ्लोइंग इन अदर column as well. So I will go ahead with text wrapping. Click on this and click on text wrap. So this text will be appeared in this cell only. Fine. So text wrapping का भी option है आपके पास. आप top, middle, bottom भी select कर सकते हैं. आप data को भी align कर सकते हैं. Left aligned, central aligned, right aligned, like we did in the MS Excel. Simply you can insert the link as well, or you can insert comment, you can add charts, you can add filter as well, and you can perform other functions. बाकी जो सारे फंक्शन हमारे पास एक्सेल में होते हैं, सम, एवरेज, काउंट, मैक्स, मिन, सिंस दिस फंक्शन आर अवेलेबल इन द एमएस एक्सेल एज वेल, सो मैंने इन सब पर्टिकुलर फंक्शंस को कॉपी नहीं किया है. प्राइमरीली मैंने उन्हीं फंक्शंस को कॉपी किया है दैट आर अवेलेबल ओनली इन द गूगल शीट. फाइन. So that's all from my side. In case if you have any doubt, feel free to ask. Just unmute yourself, and in case you don't able to attach the file, or you not able to start the particular function, or you are not getting the exact result, you can share your screen as well and ask the doubt. So we have 7 to 8 minutes for winding up the session. Till the time participant can ask the doubt. Yes, please. Any doubt? Anybody? कोई doubt नहीं है from out of these 10 functions? It means I am pretty much clear with all the things. Okay, then over to the usual.
Kajal ji, I am audible?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, yes, audible.
Yeah. So just I want to say a few words that I'm a professor and almost approaching the age of 60. And I am in the company of so many experts in this area, that is the online area, that is your computer area, everything. And I'm feeling one thing. I'm feeling that our generation has been devoid of all these facilities. We did our MPhil, we did our PhD, and and we are missing a sparkline kind of thing. We could have easily included so many things in our work also. So I'm really grateful to you. And another very important thing, that is QR code. Yes. Generally, like when we travel, your QR code is required everywhere for that approaching that website. And today you have also made us to how to construct QR code. And I have also copied the formula given by you. So it's really like a very, very interesting session, whether it is Sparkline or QR code, or whether it is a URL or HTML, that inform resource locator, then also the hypertext markup languages. All things became quite clear from your session, and I'm really grateful. And I think not just myself, those the other participants, even they must be grateful to you for having a very good idea of everything. And whenever we used to see any big chart, massive chart, we used to feel how the charts are constructed. And you have made these things quite easy to all of us through Google Sheet. Thank you, Kaji.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words.
I agree with Professor Dr. Rajiv Verma. We all do all the things manually. So because in our generation, there were no computers. Now in this lockdown period, we purchase the laptop and learn from our children how to conduct the Google Classroom, कैसे class लेनी है, and all the things we have learned. So these things are beyond our purview, na? But you have told us in a very, very simple way how to do all these things. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Beta.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for your blessings. Thank you.